So while I was working on my 1994 CR125 case half here, with this bike the crank went bad and a piston ring broke, and you can see kind of now these little scratches down here where the piston ring that broke went around in the crank and scarred this up pretty bad. So I was going through buffing all this out, making it nice and smooth and pretty again. While I was sanding this down and smoothing this out, some aluminum and dirt and stuff was getting around everywhere. So I decided to remove these bearings. I still have a new bearing coming for this one. I still have to remove this bearing. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but I removed these bearings, and in doing so, if you look at that right bolt hole in the center of the screen, you can see the yellow from my DeWalt drill in the background. So there's a hole in the case right where that bolt goes through. So that happens to be this hole right here. So from the chain coming around, at some point the chain broke, knocked a hole in the case right here, knocked a little piece out of it right here, but this one doesn't go all the way through. And then over here you can see where somebody put a little bit of JB weld right there where it might have knocked a hole. I'm not going to mess with this one. I hope this one is not leaking. Where this one's at, there's a push rod that goes through to engage your clutch, and I don't want to accidentally overfill that and not allow the clutch to work. So today I'm just going to be working on this hole here. I was wondering why, when I took this motor apart, why there was so much grease and dirt and grime and oil everywhere out here around the outside of this case half. And I was thinking maybe this seal right here for the sprocket was bad, or maybe this was leaking, but for sure it was coming from there. And you can't really tell when that bolt is in that hole goes all the way through. So today I'm going to try and weld that up. The first thing I want to do is drill this hole open just a little bit more so that I can get a little bit deeper penetration with the welder. And I'm going to put the original screw back into that hole. Now I'm going to measure how deep this hole is down to that screw. So I've got 6.22 millimeters worth of welding that I can do to not affect how that screw operates on the inside of the case. So I drilled the hole out a little bit wider. Since I have a MIG gun instead of a TIG gun, it'll be easier for that wire to feed into there, having a little bit wider hole here. Since this is aluminum welding, I need to hook up my argon tank. I want to crank that heat in the garage as high as I can get it. I'm going to take a propane torch kind of heat up the area. And there it is. Not too bad for a first attempt. I'll probably clean that up with the Dremel. Call her good to go. Alright, so I had a slight leak after the first attempt there. And I ground it down, welded it up again, and I filled this hole up right here with carburetor cleaner. And it's been sitting in there for about 2 minutes. And underneath of here, there is no signs of leakage. So we are good to go. And if you want to see what it looks like, there you go. A big old gob of metal. And I know, whoever put in the comments, man, that looks factory. Alright, you better calm that down. You're making me blush here. So I'm going to buff that up a little bit and call it good. And there we go. There's an ending product that I can live with. Perfect. Well, if you like this repair video, hit the thumbs up down below. It really helps me out. Also hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified when I have more videos coming out. Thanks for watching another one.